Israel has launched an almost unprecedented assault in the West Bank, killing at least 10 Palestinians and counting. And for those who may be new here, no, the West Bank has nothing to do with Gaza outside of the fact that they both are home to Palestinians. Now, the uncomfortable truth is that Israel has actually been committing assaults in the West Bank since before and after October 7th. But what makes this particular assault so significant is that it's the second largest since the early 2000s, with the second Intifada. In fact, apparently Israel is planning on scaling this operation to be just as large and last as long as the operation in Gaza, because the Israeli foreign minister literally said that area must be dealt with in the same way as Gaza and call for the evacuation of Palestinians. The foreign minister literally says, we must deal with this threat just as we dealt with terrorist infrastructure in Gaza, including temporary evacuation of Palestinian residents and whatever steps are required. This is a war for all terms and purposes, and we must win it. Question, ladies and gentlemen. A war with who? Did something happen in the last couple of days that the entire world is unaware of that somehow justifies Israel going into the West Bank and declaring war on Palestinian civilians? Actually, something has happened in the last couple of days, but it has nothing to do specifically with terrorism in the West Bank, what happened on October 7th with Gaza, or anything like that, unlike Israel would try to have you believe. Just a few days ago, Palestine and Russia announced that they will be applying for BRICS membership after the upcoming summit in October. And because it was Putin and Russia themselves who invited Palestine, I said it will absolutely lead to Israel lashing out, because we are now finding out that militarily and economically, Russia and potentially all the BRICS nations will end up standing with Palestine going forward. Now, obviously, long term, Palestine joining BRICS would put a huge wrench in a plan for a greater Israel, and in more than one way. But in the short term, Israel had already announced plans just a couple of months ago, ladies and gentlemen, that they were going to try and annex the entirety of the West Bank. If Palestine is able to join BRICS within the next several months, that plan is nixed. There's no way that's happening. So now Israel has to use any excuse it can to justify its presence in the West Bank, or else they may not ever get another opportunity, and they're very aware of that. So no, unfortunately, this attack is not out of nowhere. And no, it has absolutely nothing to do with October 7th. This is Israel punishing the Palestinians and looking out for their own ass because they see the world officially is beginning to back Palestine, and now they're putting their money where their mouth is. And that spells bad news for greater Israel. But I'm just going to leave y'all with this, since the US elections are coming up. How long do you think we're going to have to wait before Kamala, I'm working around the clock for a ceasefire, Harris, actually condemns this unjustified assault on the innocent civilians in the West Bank? Probably until after November the 5th, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought.